Hello guys, how we doing? It's me once again, and you're welcome to Module 3, and this is where we move into web design proper. Now, we're going to design in this module 2 websites. The first website will be, we're going to design 3 things, 2 websites, and then we're going to try to add a blog to our website. So the first thing we're going to do in this module is let me reduce this. Design a 5-page, let's call it a multi-page website. That's the standard term for it, a multi-page website. So the second thing we're going to do is create a blog, or add a blog to our website. Then the third thing we're going to do is create a 1-page website. Now, these 3 types of these 3 things are very important for small business owners. A multi-page website, in the sense that a 1-page website might not fit your business, so a multi-page website definitely will. And then when we come over to the blog section, you're going to understand why your website, or why every small business website needs a blog. So let's move on to our WordPress dashboard and get on with creating our website. Good. So you're welcome to the WordPress dashboard again. The first thing, like I said earlier on, a website is a collection of pages. So to create a multi-page website, all we need is different pages, probably around 3, 4, 6, 10, 20, 50 pages. A website can contain as much as 100 pages exactly. So we go over to pages. Now you can see that there are pages here already. Remember, we installed the demo content, and then the demo content comes with everything, like comes with pre-installed pages, plugins, articles, and everything. So the demo content already has given us our home page. So we click on edit. Yes, that's just a very interesting thing about the way I build my websites. I install demo content either from a free theme or from a paid theme. Once I do that, I simply edit the pages, design them, and make them look beautiful. Good. So before we move on to edit with Elementor, we're going to check certain things. Now we'll be working with default template or Elementor canvas. For the home page, we're going to work with Elementor canvas. Now I won't really explain what default template and Elementor canvas is in this section. When we go over to the blog section, you'll understand, or probably I've explained the difference between the default template and Elementor canvas there. So we update and we edit with Elementor. We click on edit with Elementor. So it says 2.5 introduces key changes to the layout using CSS Firebox, but all you just have to click at this point is got it. Just agree. Good. Now at this point, remember it's a demo content, not necessarily the main content we need to use. So what we're going to do is delete this. Gone. Now it's time. Before we start the design proper, I want you to understand something. This is the Elementor default template area. On your left, you have the widgets, Now I need to remind you, we are simply using the basic Elementor. This is not the pro version of Elementor. I use the pro version for okay. Oh, I'm so okay. The pro version is locked. Oh, I got surprised. I said, how did the pro version get in here? Okay, as you can see, there are locks on each of the pro versions, each of the pro widgets, telling you that to use the pro version you have to buy the pro version. Yeah, good. So we're not going to be using the pro version. I think the pro version cost around $299 thereabouts. But for the purpose of this website, we're simply building a website with basically free tools. So that's off. Now, the first step in working with Elementor is creating a section. Now you can see dotted lines, more like a dotted border, and you can see the plus in the pink circle and then the file in the gray circle, and it's telling you drag your widgets here. Now remember, we're working on the home page. You can either drag a widget, which is any of these things here: the basic widgets, general widgets, site widgets, WooCommerce widgets, essential add-ons, or WordPress. Any of those widgets, you can drag it here. But before you do that, you'd want to check something else. Click on the gray box with the file. I want to show you something beautiful about Elementor. Now, these are pre-built templates. That is why I said web design is actually very easy, but then you have to do what? You have to keep on working on it. You have to keep on testing your skills, doing different things every day to make sure that you understand what you're doing. So this templates is beautiful in the sense that it simply just helps you to import and edit. Now remember, the demo content template wasn't Elementor standard, which is why we had to delete it. Now I'm going to show you what the Elementor standard template looks like. So to do that, we're going to import one of these. Before we do import, I need you to see something. There are pro tags here telling you that there are free versions and then there are pro versions, or better still, paid versions. So let's look for something nice that we can use as our home page. Forgive me, but I just want to choose the best one, so I'm going to kind of waste a little time. Okay, I think we should take the restaurant part. We should take this one. Look at it says homepage, restaurant page. So we click on insert. It says connect to template library. Am I sure I want to connect? Okay. So to make that happen, you're going to have to connect. I'm not really sure this is the correct mail. Okay, fine, worked. That's my correct mail. So and trying to insert the template. And we're in. Beautiful. So you see, this is actually the difference and then the beauty of WordPress, or better still, the beauty of using Elementor to design your website. It gives you almost everything pre-built, so that all you just have to do is drag, drop, drag, drop, drag, drop, and before you know what is happening, in 3 days time you have a beautiful website for yourself. So this is what this looks like, and you can see the difference. You might need to scroll back to the initial content of this so you can get what I'm trying to explain now. Now, an Elementor based template is very much different from the basic demo. Why did I say this? Look at the top. You're going to see a plus, dotted stuff, and then a close button. The same thing as this. You see this? So these are sections. These are sections. Elementor allows you to build your website in sections, which is why we had to delete the first one. The first content was more like everything packed together, one full section, and there was no way we were going to edit those things correctly. So that is it. We're not going to work with this. We're not going to work with this because this is more like a lazy man's method. You can use it. You can do this. But because I'm trying to teach you how to build websites from the scratch, I am not going to use this. You get? But let's update. Let's update this first. What's wrong with my update button? I think I'm having some issues with my okay. It was a connection issue. What's wrong with my network? Okay, let's update. Good. It's going now. And let's check what this website actually looks like right now. Real Zkite XYZ. Get to home. Beautiful. Now you see what it looks like. You see how easy this was to get? Very easy. Like, it didn't take up to 5 minutes to do this. So that's the beauty of Elementor, which is why I introduced you to the Elementor page builder. But then this is just one way to create your website. We're going to do this from the scratch. So what we're going to do, I will want to download all these images. So to do that, click on this. And download. Call it Donalds. Don't worry. In the last section, you're going to see. I'm going to show you the normal plugins I use. Ask where to save each file before downloading option is checked. Good. So all the images in this website have been downloaded. That's like I said, at the end I'm going to give you links to all these little plugins that will help you. So let's move back and try creating this on our own. Delete this section, 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 delete this, delete this. Now look at this, and it's time to start. Just want to check out the images and then be sure where it is. Good. So the first thing we're going to do is place this image. And to do that, click on this, just follow the cursor keys, open basic, first of all create a section, good, stretch the section and make it full width, good, then go to style, background type, image, okay, beautiful. There was actually no need downloading that since we already have the images here. So we click on this image and insert, good. Now as you can see, the image isn't as big as what we have here. Now what I will do to resize it, go back to layout, go to height, then click minimum height. You see we're getting it, so increase this to 500. That's good enough. We'll have to increase it to probably 550. Okay, 550 seems better. Good. Now notice the difference. This image is bright, meanwhile this one isn't that bright. So what did they do? They added an overlay, which is what we're going to do now. Go back to style, close background. This is what they did. Click on background overlay, background type, color, black. So you see we've darkened it. Let me take this back again, clear, and it's bright. Click on black and it darkens just like what we had there. Now you can reduce the opacity of this. So if you take it down back to 0, it's still bright. You increase it to probably 0.74. I think 0.74 is okay. Yeah, so I want to still increase the height. Let's make it 600. Good. And that is it. We've gotten what we need. The next thing is to add an image. Good. Are you sure this is what I want? Anyway, let's get on with it. So what will the image be this time around? This is it. Insert this. Good, beautiful. So you look at it and look at this. The image is much more better here than what we have here. This is big. We're going to reduce it to medium. Good, beautiful. So you see exactly what I'm talking about. We still have to touch the background. It's not satisfied with what we have there. I probably might increase it to 650. Yeah, so forgive my fault, I'm back, but that's just the thing with design. You have to be patient. You need to be patient exactly to get what you want. So we've gotten the first section, which is this. Let's proceed to add this. So to do that, we come down here again, click on this red, you see it says add new section. So we click on it. Now for this part we used the single big box, but because we're trying to add this is a double section, we're going to click on this. You see it gives us two sections. Now to get our sweet spot, we're going to use drag and drop a header widget. remember it was all capital, so we're going to do that to all capital, change it to all capital. Good. Now let's check the color. It would actually be nice to just do what they did here. I use this. Here it says triple F, so we'll have to copy this and let's increase this to H1, align it to the center, go over to style, text color. I put in that color I copied from there. No. Why? Control A. Very funny. But then let's just go with the black since that's what we have. We go over to typography. I'm not going to be changing any fonts. I'm just going to increase the size to probably 25. Is 25 what we want? Let's make it 35. 35 is big enough. Good. Now, if you don't like this weight, you can go back to weight and check out. Okay, 600 is nice. 200 to make it light. That's not what we want. We want something thick. Let's try 900. 900 seems good. Or bold. Good. So they're all nice. They're all nice. So nothing much to do here again. The next thing we'll have to do is add this this text. So to do that, we're going to use a text editor. Drag and drop the text editor widget. Good. Control. Let's delete. Copy this text. Control C. And here we are. You see that? Good. But something is missing. This line. Yes, you have to be that particular whenever you're designing websites, especially when a client or when you want to copy exactly what someone else has done. You have to be exact. Probably if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just vary one or two designs. So let's add this line. Good. But before then, let's make sure our style is what we want it to be. There's nothing much to do here again. Let's go over to divider. Bring in a divider. That's a line. No. Okay. Good. So the next thing is adding these pictures. So to do that, we come over to this section. Now there are various ways of doing this. Gallery. But then I'm going to show you something easier. Just bring in the inner section. The inner section gives you a double section, like 1, 2, 3. Good. Bring it in. It's now twice. You can add a new column to make it 3, and then it's 3 right now. So then to make it 6, like 1, 2, what we just have currently is 1, 2, 3. We need to make it 6. all you just have to do is come back here, click on this, duplicate, and bam, you see it? Good. So one more thing, we need some space in between. Go to advanced. Yep, good. So time to add the images. Bring in an image here. Choose your image. Go this. Good. I'd like to copy this because I'm not going to be working exactly that way. Paste it. What I actually did to duplicate it, I just clicked on right clicked, I clicked copy. You get, so come here, which is empty, click on paste, same thing here, click on paste, click on paste. So you see now there's something. Look at what this thing looks like, and look at ours. Ours is not exactly like that. So we move this over to medium large up, and then do we need a border? We don't need a border. No, we don't need a border. So that is it for the suite section, but we need to create the gap on top. So to do that, we're going to have to click on edit section and click on margin. Now listen, if this link, if it's linked and you try to create a margin, you only do this when you want to create a margin on the top and on the bottom. But if you just want to create a margin on the bottom or on the top alone, you have to unlink this. You get? So it's unlinked right now. Good. So once you unlink it and just create a margin on the top, it just moves from the top. But then because we are trying to replicate what is here, we'll have to create a margin top and bottom. So we go back, we link it again, and then increase it to 50. That's it. The next thing we're going to add is this. It says tasty food set inside a lovely coffee house, blah blah blah. Let's do that. So remember, I repeat again, to do anything with Elementor, the first step is adding a new section. So we click on add a new section. We use the straight rectangle. Good. So the first thing that comes in is a header. Now this header gives us what we have here. It says tasty food set inside a lovely coffee. So we copy this, delete this, and paste it. Then align it to the center. Size, I don't actually like doing anything on my size from here. Nah, something is missing. Now remember, this tasty food set inside a lovely coffee house was done on a gray background. Let's check the color. It says 3A. Good. So we copy this, copy it, then go back to edit section, go to style, go to background type, click on color, then put in the color code. Good. So we have it here. Go back to layout, go to minimum height. Good. Go to layouts, click on the box, change the minimum height, and then leave it at 400. Probably for now. We're going to see something else. We need to change the color of this header. So we click on the header. First of all, what's the color here? It cannot be. Okay. Says copy this. Come over here. Go to style, text color. Put this. Paste. You see, we get the color immediately. But then there's something missing. The font. We want to use this font. So to check out what font it is, I click on this. It says Montserrat. Nah. Good. Montserrat 400. 14 pixels. So we go back to typography. I can't even remember the font family we're using. Let me check again. Okay, shadows into light. Sorry, Montserrat was this. This is shadows into light. You can see what the screen is showing you. This is Montserrat. This is shadows into light. So search for shadows into light. No. Good. So size is 14. Okay, size is 50, and line height is 50. Size is 50. Line height is what again? Line height is 50. Ooh, it's not what we want, so we're going to now, irrespective of whatever it says, you have to be very careful not to over design or mess up your design because you want to copy something else. So with this done, we're going to try adding this. It says was an incredible blah 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 blah. Let's add it. You look, you get your text editor, you put it, add it, or you drag it into the first section, the original section of the testy food set inside, whatever. Good. So I did this. Come over here. Yep. So we copy this, we paste it. But there's something. See how this looks like? It's centered. So we come over here. We go to style. And then we center it. Good. Now the text color. Is BABA Baba Baga Hasha. Ooh. Oh, preferably let's use white there. Yeah. That is it. So the next thing we need to do is how to add this image and the name. So to do that, we're going to search for icon. Use icon box. Good. think I made a mistake. Sorry, not icon box, image box. If you use the icon box, you're only going to be able to put in icons. You see, it doesn't allow us to bring in images, and this was an image, so we're going to use the image box and not the icon box. We delete this. Good. We search for image box here, which is this. Drag it in. Good. So you see the difference. We search for the image. This is the image. Bring it in, but it's not exactly like this. So we're going to do that now. Image size medium. Heading, which is the most important thing. Sandra files. Copy. Paste. Delete the background content. Now it's time to style. So for the image, we're going to have to style the image. The title will have to go with what color? Okay, let's do white. No. Change the color of Sandra files to this. Good. Now increase the spacing. Good. Then the letter spacing, so it looks like what we have here. Then change the weight to 200. Good. Yep. Thumbnail. I think the round effect, yes, the round effect is gotten from the Elementor Pro version, which is unfortunately not what we're using. We're simply using the Elementor basic version, which doesn't actually allow us to style this image to some extent. That's the image box, to the extent we would have wanted to. So we pass that. I think we still need to work on the padding between this and this. So we'll go back and increase it more to 70. Good. Now the next thing to add is this. Yeah, you see? So we're still going to remember how we did this double section. That's just the same thing we're going to do here. Two sections, 1 2, another 1 2, and again 1 2. Now this one has a sliding image. This one doesn't. Oh, this is a video, but we don't have any video here, I think. Or probably we downloaded the video. Let's check and we'll see. So add a section. Good. Stretch this. Color. Let's check the color. So 6E. want to style the background here. We do that with color. Exactly, got it. Now it's time to add the double sections. So remember how we did it here? For this part we added a double section straight up, but at this point I want to show you something else. You can either do it that way or do it this I'm going to show you now. Click on add section, inner section, this, drag and drop it. You see? And this is it. This time around we're not going to box it or stretch it. We're just going to leave it like that. And it's time to add this image. So we go back to our header. The header says tasty breakfast. Copy. Paste this. Center it. Also add a text editor which says text block blah blah blah. I shouldn't have deleted the other thing, so just copy it. I think from here on we're just going to be using the lorem ipsum. Makes our work faster. Good. Go to style, center this. Time to add this image. Come over here, drag the image box to the left. And that is it. Reduce it to medium. Choose the image, probably this. Not sure. No, not that. This. Insert the media. Yep. Not really as big as this, right? Let's edit this part. Good. So we duplicate this, duplicate it again, duplicate. So the only difference at this point from what we have here is that to get this second part, all you just have to do is switch the picture here to the left and take the text here to the right, and I believe you can do that. So that is this, that is it, that is it. You see that? Good. Now the next thing we're going to add is this. So it says blah blah blah. We're going to repeat this text down here. I think this is also a pro version feature, but let's try and see if we can replicate it. We forgot to add a margin. I'm going to make it 25. Now it's 25 what we really want. Let's make it 40. Okay. Good. So the next thing is add a new section, and this, drag your background image inside, change, okay, let's use this. Good. Remember what we did initially? We added a black overlay, a background overlay. I think there was something we were not supposed to do. We were not supposed to add this image we added. It was a background. So the background, edit the background. Come over here to style, add background type, image, choose your image, and boom. So now you see the difference when you try to make a background and when you use a background image. Yep. So come over here, full width stretched, height, minimum height, increase this to 550. 550 ain't good enough, make it 600. Good. Remember what we did initially? Background overlay, black, good. Now one more thing, you see how the it looks as if it's static. So let's come over here. Okay, now just like I said initially, this is the static or parallax feature is a pro feature, so which means we will not have access to it here because it's a pro feature. So that means we'll pass that. But basically, once you lay your hands on the pro feature, the steps I've outlined here is just the same thing. Just the pro feature gives you an extra flexibility, like extra widgets to do what you want to do. So with that said, you know how to add this. This is your header. Our switch section is your header. This, the best way, blah blah blah, is your text. Oh, let's just do that too. Header, change it to white. Click on typography. Increase the size to 20. Let's make it 30. Go back to content, center it, drag in text editor, change the style, text color to white, align it, increase the size to 25. Anyway, that's okay. But then to achieve minimum effect, you need to change the fonts to something much more blending than this. This is just normal. Now the most important thing here is this image and this button. So let me show you how it's done. To add that image, we're going to search for the carousel widget. You see, image carousel, flip carousel. Now all those widgets that are locked are pro widgets. We don't have access to this widgets except the image carousel. That's the basic widget, which might not be as beautiful as this. The same way we're not able to get the parallax feature for this part. So we just drag in the image carousel. Good. Now it says no images selected. You have to select some images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just everything. 10, 11. Good. That done, we insert. Now, image size. Do we want the thumbnail size? I think we should go with the thumbnail size. I think that's better. Or medium. Let's see what medium looks like. Nah, I don't want medium. I think that's better. No, let's go with thumbnail. No, thumbnail ain't fine at all. Medium is better. Slides to show, just 3. Slides to scroll, leave it at default. Arrows and dots, I prefer just arrows. Navigation, just arrows. It's not linked. Okay. Any border type, I think we should use a border. Okay, let's use a solid border. Oh, border radius 50. And now you see what the border radius is. Let me do 50 again so you see. You see? These edges are no longer sharp, they are now curved. So to reduce this, we just do 20. Ooh. 20, no. 5 seems better. Let's try and increase it. Okay, 10 looks good. So that is it. The next thing we're going to do is add this button. So to do that, come over here, look at buttons here, drag it into your area, center it, decide more suites. Good. You can add an icon if you want to. If you don't want to, no problem. And your icon can either come before or after. I prefer icons coming after. So you can link this icon to somewhere else. Obviously this was linked. Probably it's linked to another page. So that is it. But because we don't have extra pages, I think it's better to not link it. So default type, no need. Go to style and try to style your buttons. Let's make it 20. Good. Increase this. Nothing else. Close it. Now, text background. This is the background, very important. Your text color is white. Now your background normally is this on the normal, but then when you hover it, you would want to change your background to something else. So you see what I just did? Now it's on hover. You hover, you get this normal, you get a yellow background and a white text. When you hover, you get a black background and a yellow text. So that is it. One more thing is the radius. Let's make the radius 15. You see? Good. Now you can make it as tiny as this, but most times I don't like tiny buttons. Just like I have this policy that every website I make or I build is a point of sale. And what's the point making my buttons tiny when I'm here to sell? You need your buttons to be as bold as possible, not very large, but as bold as possible. Good. So that is it with this. Okay, let's reduce the buttons a bit. Extra small, you see? Good. Still good. The next thing to add is this, and we're almost done with this. So for this, we're going to add a double section with the normal header. So to get visitors, we drag in our header. Let's change it to visitors. Center, was it centered? Okay, it wasn't. Just increase it to H1. You might still need to increase it from the style area. See that? Good. 40. Now for this, let me show you what you do. That is to add this part, the address, the email, the phone number, the fax number. Go back to your widget area and search for features. Wow. Okay. You see, we have a problem. The featured lists and featured images are pro versions. Okay. Featured list is not a pro version. Let's bring it in. Beautiful. You see the icons, you add an extra item, mix it 4, then you start searching for this icon, this icon, this icon. Let's do the icon part, but I'm not going to touch the text. I'm just going to change the icon. Most of the times you might not get the exact icon you need, so you'll have to improvise. Now see what this icon looks like. Let's style the icon. Okay, let's forget about styling though. So that's it with changing icons. Let me change one more icon so you understand what I'm talking about. We're going to use the envelope icon for this. Good. Insert. So let's take away these colors. We come down to shape view, click on framed. See, the colors are gone. So that is it on how to add this. One more thing, let's reduce it to be as tiny as this. I think that's better, right? So we go over to style, the icon will be reduced to 20. Good. Okay, the title, let's do it 20. No, let's take it 15. There was no title here, so let's just do away. Okay. There might be no need. You can still add it, yeah, because I use address for the first title, email for the second title, phone number for the third title, and your fax number for the third title. You just have to be creative. You mustn't be an exact replica of what you have. You just have to be creative, create things yourself. So that is it with this, and then description. Let's do okay, one more thing. We'll use the space in between with the list option. And that is it. So that is it with this. I think making these visitors align centrally is better. Good, it's better. So this part is where we get to add our Google Maps. Now for the most part of it, Google Maps isn't something you just add from the widget area. You'll see why very soon. Now it says add Google Maps. But most times from experience it doesn't work. Yeah, so you've been told to add your Google Map. Okay, this you're going to have to add your location here, whatever your shop address is, or whatever exactly. So you add it from there, and that is it. So we publish. Remember, the goal was to replicate this. We've published it. Let's go back, exit dashboard. And update this. It's updated. Let's view the page. So this is a new creation. You see this? Might not be exactly like this because we didn't take our time. There's one thing about web design: you need to take your time. You need to take your time. Like, understand the word take your time. So look at this. It's padded. It's not getting to the edges the same as it is here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The same thing as this. You see? Good. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Same thing as this. Notice everything here is boxed in between. Good. So now look at this. So you see, it's boxed. So let me show you how to change this. Let's edit with Elementor straight up from here. Move. Oh. Here we are. Good. Now we click on this. Now remember, look at this. Remember this, it's not stretching to the end as we had initially. So just click on edit section, go to layout, look at stretch section, look at this, uncheck it to no, and then content to it should be boxed. The other part is this. We uncheck it, leave the content with as boxed. The other part again is this. We uncheck it and leave the content with as boxed. Good. So we update. And exit dashboard. So update view page, but then I'll let me show you an easier way to view page directly from Elementor, so you don't have to exit to dashboard and the forth and back stuff. Good. So we just want to view the page from our Elementor dashboard straight up. So go back to this and click on view page. So you now see it exactly. Notice this is now boxed. This is now boxed. And this. So it's exactly what we have here. Good. So that is it. We've succeeded in building our first page. Now, something you must understand. I'm not going to create other pages for you. You need to understand that the exact same procedure I used in creating this page It's the same procedure you can use in replicating other pages. Now, like I said initially, WordPress is a collection of pages. It's designing your pages. It's just the same thing here, there, and there. So because of time, I don't want to make this a 3-hour stuff. I'm just going to show you one more thing. So remember, this is your home page. You can create your about page, whatever page, just the same way I did this. Let's go back to our dashboard. Now I want to set this as our home page. Now remember, whenever I type in realzikai.xyz, what I get is the post page. So let's change this to the home page. Come over to appearance. Okay, not appearance. Go over to settings, reading. You can still do it from appearance. You're just that. That's not really what I want to do now. Good. Change this from latest post to static post, and then click on home page. Select home. Click on post page. Select blog. Now, doing this, you direct this blog page to the blog post area, and then you direct this page and makes it your home page. Save changes. And that is it. So let's refresh this. See that? It's done. That is it. Now this part needs a little more customization. You have to learn that yourself. Good. So that is it with this class. The next section, I'm going to just show you how you can add a blog to this website. Already, you know, a website is a collection of pages, so all you have to do is create a blog page, and in the next section I'll show you how it's done. That's add and post to your blog. Thank you, and see you in the next class.